Now, the US government used to do the nuclear tests or any other dangerous tests under the underground water levels or under the sea levels near the region of Alaska. So, in order to make the people of the world to get aware of what are the dangers that are going to come because of the water tests under the water, if you do any explosive tests, what are the major changes that are going to affect the nation or affect the entire world or the globe. So, in Alaska, a team of members in Alaska, a team of volunteers have kept a small ship under the water nearby to the region where the test is going to take place to picturize the everything and to create awareness for the entire people of US and all the other nations, like what is actually happening in the Alaska underground water levels. So they kept this ship, which was named as Greenpeace or the Green Ship. Later it became to be famous as the Greenpeace Revolution or Greenpeace Movement. This is a non-profitable social organization which is a non-governmental organization. Today it has branches in 40 countries and it has its head office at Amsterdam of Holland. Now also this organization is working here. For what purpose is this organization working? The organization is want to create awareness for the people, like what is the nation about or what is the dangerous effects of this movement or this test taken by the American government in the underground water levels. See here, in the latest trends after 1970s and 1980s, we have seen a drastic change in the rainfall conditions or the erratic rainfall situations. The meaning of the word erratic rainfall situations is that in the erratic rainfall conditions, the rains will come either excess or they change in the period of their time arrival, or sometimes they don't rain at all, which results in the cause of droughts. So these erratic rainfall conditions were created because of this kind of tests. This is one point. The next point is the another major changes which are going to occur in the nature is that because of underground tests which are going to be conducted in the underground sea water levels, the temperatures in the underground water levels are going to increase it. When it goes on increasing, it increases the temperatures on the land. When the temperatures on the land also get increased, and once the water is getting heated and land is getting heated, in water, when water is getting heated than the maximum required level or like a certain point of time, automatically it escalates the fishes or the biological beings which are living in the underground water levels or the environmental decay. Some fishes may even die. It creates imbalances in the biological system of the fishes. Then moving on to the land. If land gets heated, this influences the ozone layers because the entire earth is surrounded by either water or land. Automatically it creates tension for the ozone layer, and ozone layer is getting depleted because of the more pollution what we are producing right now. For that it would be an added point for them, and then ozone layer gets depleted completely. Finally it gets into holes. When the holes started to rake the sun rays directly, we get the ultraviolet rays falling on the earth directly because of the hole which was created in the ozone layer. Ozone layer is also known as O3. So because of these ozone layer conditions and all these things, we get the direct rays of sun which is very hot and the UV rays. This will create, if direct sun rays falls on our skin, we get skin diseases, we get many kind of side effects, and we can't even see the sun rays directly. If you see the sun rays directly, your eyelids will get damaged and your eyesight will get damaged completely. So these are the negative effects of direct sun rays. Along with this, the temperatures will be increasing here on the land, and when the temperatures will increase, automatically the underground water levels are hot and the land is hot. This will make the polar regions to melt. The polar ice caps will start melting, and once the polar ice caps start melting down, the water levels will get increased in the seas, oceans, and then the boundary nations which are present will get either submerged or will get floods. Once they get floods and submerged, and the lands will get disappeared. Sometimes we may get disappeared some of the island nations, or the boundaries of India also we may get affected because of this globalization concept of overheating. and automatically it results in the overflow of water, and once the overflow of floods is controlled, next step is that we are not going to get the rains at all in any point of time. So it will create problem for the boundary regions as well as for the interior regions of the land people. So this organization wants their motto that we should have a sustainable development for the nation of the environmental resources of the entire world, because everybody has the rights of their share in this world, not only the developed nations but the undeveloped nations or the developing nations, present generation citizens and the future generation citizens all have their own share in this world, because our forefathers and our past generations have preserved the globe for us carefully. So we have to preserve this one carefully and then pass on to the next generations, so that they will pass on it to the next generations. Because of the efforts made by this organization, we got the new concept in the world, that is the sustainable development. This sustainable development is going to create a clear awareness for all the people, and this organization is still working on this concept, like equitable development will create better awareness, and sustainable development, the concept should be imbibed in everybody's thought process of development, so that either it is a developed nation or a developing nation or the underdeveloped nation. So the final output or the process what we are getting will be ensured clearly for us that we as citizens of the world are preserving the actual conditions and the diversity of the globe, and also we are safeguarding it and we shall pass on it to the next generations. This is a major revolution which was brought by the Greenpeace movement, which is against the superpower nation, that is US. The efforts were very daring steps at that point of time, because in 1970s the USA was in its peak of its power, and it can curb any of the movements against it very easily. Even then these people volunteers, these people are not profitable people, or they are not doing any business here. These people stood forward firmly against the US government and proclaimed that these are the negative impacts what we are going to get it. Today most of the environmentalists are ready to discuss all these issues very clearly and firmly and openly and create awareness for all the people. Let us hope we will get sustainable development and equitable share to preserve the entire diversity of the globe.